friends out there. It's called the Rake Assassin. Now, I know that sounds a little scary, but that's scary in a good way. I love this rake. First of all, it's the ultimate rake and rake design. It's what we call 3-in-1. It's going to rake, it's going to scoop, it's going to shovel, it's going to do all that in one tool. So whether it's grass, leaves, clippings, weeds, gravel, it weighs only about 2 pounds, a little under 2 pounds, okay? But it's powerful. It comes with a 2-year warranty. I wish it came with Peter Kilcullen, but well, you got him for the presentation. How about that?
Here.
Hi, Pete.
How's it going?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
Great.
Good to see you. What's up,
You
my bro?
too.
So, you know I own this product. First
Yeah.
of all, I think it's the best rake in the business because it's not like other rakes. It's way stronger. It's more useful. It does a lot more. I mean, that's why I call it the ultimate rake.
Well, we always think about when you have something that's a 2-in-1, and that's what this is going to be, or we can actually think of this as a 3-in-1. So when everyone's used the rake and everyone's used the shovel, but what if we can combine the two and that they do both of them great? The first thing is you talked about how strong it is. It's super strong. You remember all the rakes you've used when we were growing up, Guy, right? So you had those metal tines on here, and they would bend, and then one of them would be going in one direction, one would go in the other. Look at these where they're bending and they snap right back into place. They're strong. Look at that. They just go right back to where they were. But they're also, that flexibility there, that's what you want on a rake. So I'm going to be raking this way. And that flexibility is what makes the rake so great at getting right down into that grass and raking those leaves. But then look at this. So this is when you can see it really well. Why we say we can now scoop, right? Scoop, rake, and shovel. Look at that. It perfectly fits. You'll be able to lift those leaves. And you and I, how many years have we talked about this? That the worst part of the raking is not the actual raking. So we're raking those leaves. We've made a big pile like this. This is the worst part. Now we got to get all these leaves in the trash bag or into that garbage can. And previously, you know, maybe you're down there, you've got to do this whole thing and try to get leaves in there. With the Rake Assassin, it makes it so simple, not back-breaking, grab a bunch of the leaves, dump them in. So I think it solves a problem that's existed forever. How am I going to get all these leaves in that bag? Well, so a gray rake, and then pick them up all at once, fast, easy.
The key is to this product is the tines. As you said earlier, Peter, because most rakes, this is the part that breaks on them. This is the part that fails. I don't know if you can see. These are very, very heavy duty, yet flexible polymaterial. You can see when I kind of wing them a little bit, these are not going to break. These are not going to chip. All right, they're impervious to weather because they're polymaterial. So, and look at how strong. You want to see how strong they are? Go in close on that, guys. That's
a big concrete paver.
Hang on, Pete. That's a solid concrete paver, and it's not breaking those tines.
No, not at all. Look at that. So it's strong.
Jeez.
It really will last. I mean, it's just a better way to do the things that you've been doing for so long. You've been raking. You've been using that shovel. And then the other one, sifting this or using this in areas where that metal rake guy, you remember using a metal rake. So the problem, you'd have to use that very short-tined metal rake, and then you would use a shovel.
Those are a joke. You can't. Did you ever try to rake a rock with a metal rake?
Right.
It goes right over them.
But then what happens is when you're trying to clear an area and you're raking soil with rocks, what about being able to scoop it now, sift the dirt through, but then still pick up the rocks, or you're trying to pick up the roots and the sticks and things like that. So that's why this is going to be perfect, because it's a shovel that'll sift through the dirt. Because I remember clearing in areas when you want to replant and there's too many rocks, or you want to do something with the gravel, and you're basically just throwing mostly dirt into that trash can. This way you're sifting through it, and you're able to get just the stones out of there. You're able to get the mulch cleared if you're putting new mulch down.
Hey,
whatever it is, this works so great.
We dropped the price $23.
Whoa.
$23 on this, and you can see how strong this rake is. It's normally a $49 rake, and it's worth it. It's $26.95. If you just use it, like I said, as a traditional rake, it's perfect, okay? It's easy to clean. All you do is wipe it on its back, and all the leaves come off. You can't do that with the other ones. You got to pick them off, right? If you just use it like this, it's fantastic because it rakes rocks and stones and garden debris, not just leaves, all right? It gets heavy duty stuff. And then remember, you can also shovel what you've just picked up. And again, to clean it, I just wipe it on the ground, and it's always clean every time. This is such a great product to have at your house. I'm just telling you, if you do any yard work, especially with like grass clippings, which are clippy, this will even do grass. It does all that. If you're doing weeding and stuff like that, it makes life so easy. We call it a skimmer too. It's great for a pool.
It'll work
right?
perfectly as a skimmer. Again, you can sift through there because they're strong tines, but it's not like an ordinary shovel. And I wanted to focus on the angle that they give you. When you flip that over and you're using it as a rake, it's the perfect angle. There's a really nice bend in the pole part of this. And then when you flip it over, it's at the perfect angle to just put this flat on the ground. So yeah, you'll see that it's just perfectly angled. There's a little bend right here, so it's flat. And then when you're raking, again, perfect angle. So you don't have to be extra bent over. You know, Guy, you're tall, 6'6", something like that.
Something like that, Pete.
And then,
yeah.
But when you're using this, and I'm going to turn this way. When you're using this, it really is at the perfect angle. You don't have to be down here. And then shoveling, same thing. So it's just, they've designed it perfectly. And it's really nice to see. I've used a rake my whole life. I've used a shovel my whole life.
Yeah.
But this is an actual improvement, making both of those things a lot better, making the job you're doing a lot easier. So grab it and get this home and see why it really is better than any other rake, and then combines that shovel.
And I'll tell you one more thing it does, because I own this rake at my house.
Yeah.
And you know I've got a puppy.
Uh-oh.
I can scoop whatever I need to scoop off that yard.
Actually, you know what? That's a really good
Because
idea.
it works. It works, and it gets underneath.
And you're not going to be scooping up all the dirt with it or grass. Wow, that's pretty good.
No, it's great. Because
so
remember,
even the gross jobs.
Even the gross jobs, because it has the shovel in the back. See how it's got the walls back here? So that material, if you watch me, stays on. See? So now that material hangs on there, and then all I do is dump it over. But the real beauty of this is how it, I think, is how it rakes. I mean, I don't have a rake that does that. Look at how clean. I mean, look at that, Pete. Nothing.
And scoop it up.
Yeah. Watch, I'll do that one more time. I'll scrape it out there, and watch how efficiently this rakes. So if you're tired of the regular old rakes out there, I'm telling you, this thing is awesome. Look at how clean that is. So heavy gauge. It's like almost like a polypropylene material that this is made of.
Like the actual rake, the tines, and everything else. And then you have a metal pole, very lightweight. Yeah. And then you've got the handle, also the polymer.
It's 40% off.
Nice.
Get it, try it. If you don't love it, return it. I say that because I know you'll love it. Peter, I got to tell you.
They took
Did
your
they take
mower.
it away? That lawnmower, I may buy that today because my yard is not that big, and for 129 bucks, it's a steal. That's coming up a little bit later. Pete will be back. Thanks, Pete. All right, hey guys, in our last hour, we offered that 3-in-1. I am down to the